Class 6 we have started already with the chapter 7 magnetism. So this is a second video lesson from the chapter magnetism. Okay. So we will start with the magnetic field. First of all, what is magnetism? I have told you it's a property of a magnet by which it can attract magnetic substances. Now what is magnetic force then? Obviously it is a force which is acting between the magnet and the magnetic substance which is being attracted by the magnet. So, if this is a magnet and this is a magnetic substance, pin, it's a magnetic substance, it's made of steel. So, if I just, the force with which the magnet will attract it, that is the magnetic force. Now, what is magnetic field then? Suppose this magnet is in my hand and I am keeping this here. Okay. I am keeping this, suppose I am keeping this here, magnet is in here. We'll notice that this pin is not getting attracted by it. As we move it a bit closer, or say the magnet is here, I am moving the pin a bit closer, even closer. Now it's getting attracted. So that, see, when it was here, up to here, it was not getting attracted. But when moving it farther close, it's getting attracted. That means there is a region around which magnet can exert its magnetic force. So it's not that I'm keeping the magnet here and I'm keeping the magnetic substance in the next room or even a bit distance away, it can attract it. Each magnet has its own capacity of exerting the force. That means if it's a very strong magnet, it will have a huge magnetic field. So the region around the magnet in which the magnetic force can be experienced. So if this pin is within this magnetic field, see, it's getting attracted. But if the pin is not within the magnetic field, no force is acting. Can you see? So basically a magnet can exert its magnetic force up to a certain region. That region around which the magnetic force can be felt, that is the magnetic field. And we represent the magnetic field with the help of some lines, some carved lines. Those carved lines are known as the magnetic lines of force. Why lines of force? Because they represent the magnetic field. Okay. So those curved lines are known as magnetic lines of force. So how do these magnetic lines of force look like? They look like, suppose if you have a bar magnet. Okay. These lines, the carved lines, they move from outside the magnet, they move from North Pole to South Pole. How will I show the direction? They are running from North Pole to South Pole. Now, I could have shown you this experimentally, demonstrating it, but we'll do that with the help of compass in the higher class. Okay, we'll do that. I'll show you in the class. You can find on your own by putting a compass that the lines are running from North Pole to South Pole. Okay, we use arrow. Arrow indicates the direction in which the lines of force are running from North Pole to South Pole. North Pole to South Pole outside the magnet. Okay. But inside then it will run from the south to north. We always draw the magnetic lines of force outside the magnet. We don't show in the diagram inside. But you can very well imagine if they are running like this. If they are running like this, that means inside they will run from south to north. Otherwise, how will they complete a closed circular path? How will they complete? They will have to run like this to complete it, right? So Inside the magnet, they run from south to north. Outside, north to south. North to south. Inside, south to north. Outside the magnet, they run from north pole to south pole, and inside from south pole to north pole. And they are closed, continuous curved lines. Okay, it's not that the line has stopped here, again you have started from here. No, they are continuous, closed, curved lines, not straight lines. Okay, so we represent the magnetic field like this. Few more points. They never intersect each other. Okay, they never intersect each other. So you won't get the lines like, no, not like this. They will never intersect each other. You know why? That is because at each point of these lines, if we place the compass, it gives the direction of the magnetic field. So if they intersect, that means at this point, we cannot have two directions, right? Suppose if I say that I am running in a path, you have to mark with a chalk in the path which I am running. Okay? So that means at each point, if you mark with the chalk, that means at each point you will get the direction in which I am running. Now if you draw one line like this, another line like this. So how can I run at the same time in two different directions? It's not possible. So they never intersect each other. Next is the densely populated lines. That means suppose if you have so as you move away from the bar magnet, so notice that as you move away from the where will you feel the magnetic strength more? If I have a magnet with me, magnetic field is the area in which the magnet will exert the magnetic force. Densely populated lines, that means where the lines are very closely spaced with each other, you will notice there the lines are very closely spaced with each other where the magnetic field is more. Then tell me, if we have a magnet, why are the two lines spaced so close to each other near the two ends? Why? Because at the two ends, the magnetic strength or magnetic field is maximum. Okay. And also if you move away from the magnet, the lines, they will become very widely spaced. Okay. So closely spaced lines indicate strong magnetic field. Widely spaced lines, that means if you have like this, so that means magnetic field is reducing. Okay, more we move away from the magnet, lines will be widely spaced. Then as you move towards, lines will be closely spaced, and also lines are very closely spaced near the two extreme ends where the poles of magnet are, because there the magnetic field is maximum. We have shown this, I've demonstrated this to you, right? Let's see how the magnetic lines of force appear for each of the cases. Suppose we only have one magnet from north to south. What you will do, see, here I have placed the two lines close to each other, but here widely spaced, because at the center the magnetic field is very less compared to the two ends. So I won't draw like this. I am not drawing like this, am I? No. Okay, now some other, can I just draw here what will be the direction of magnetic fields which will fill lines of force which are coming from say, if you have some other magnets or something nearby, so what will be the direction of the lines of force? Here, how will it draw? From north it always goes towards south. So outside, and from north to south. So from in the south pole it will come from outside. Right? It will look like this. Right? Then tell me for this one how will it look like? North, north. Okay, first tell me for this one. Obviously, this you know. Direction, be careful. North to south, north to south, north to south. What about this one? Isn't it? Isn't it? Because here two, north and south, so north to south. What about this? It will move here. Will it move? Will it move like this? No. Because north, north repel each other, right? Now, for this class, you just, understand or simply just go through the diagrams how the lines of force look like. Because in class 9, I will show you with a compass how to draw the lines of force. Not in this class, okay? Fine. Now, temporary magnets and permanent magnets. Okay. Now, suppose I have this bar magnet with me. So, I've taken this coin. It's a magnetic substance. It's made of steel. Notice that as I am drawing it towards the magnet, it's getting attracted. Very good. Now, see a magic. Initially, this coin, is it a magnet? It's not a magnet, right? It's just simply a coin. It's not a magnet, but it's a magnetic substance. That means it has a property of being attracted by a magnet. Now notice, it's getting attracted, fine. Now, I'm bringing another coin. Just like this. How is this possible? This coin was not a magnet, then how can it attract this coin then? That is because, isn't it a very interesting thing? See? How is this possible? Right? Or you can see with pins also. This pin initially was not a magnet, obviously. Just simply a magnetic substance, a pin. Now, if I'm not even holding it close to this. See. See, just see. It's forming a chain. Just see. See, I formed this long chain. So how is this possible? You will notice that as soon as I will remove the magnet, the pins will fall down. As soon as I remove the magnet, see, pins have got separated. Notice with this, right? So just notice, removing the magnet, this coin is sticking to this, right? Removing the magnet, fallen down. that means this magnet, when it is attracting this coin, this is behaving as a temporary magnet. This coin is behaving as a temporary magnet. Why? Because the south pole have induced opposite pole here. That's why it is being attracted by this pole. I have taken the south pole of the magnet. So when this coin, I am placing it towards it, it is first inducing, it is developing opposite pole towards it, and it's getting attracted. It's because opposite poles attract. So if here opposite pole is formed, that means you have this south pole, so here north pole. That means this is also south pole. Now that's why when I am bringing another coin, this south pole, this coin is now behaving as a temporary magnet. A magnet. Why temporary? I'll tell you. So again, now when I am bringing this coin, south pole induces north pole here, so it's getting attracted. That's why long chain of coins or other magnetic substances can be formed. So therefore, why am I calling this temporary? Because as soon as I removed the original magnet, it fell down. This coin lost its magnetic property, isn't it? So it was behaving like a magnet when this was in vicinity of this. As soon as I removed the original magnet, it lost its magnetic property. So therefore, those magnets which behave as magnets only under the influence of some external magnetizing force, that means they retain their magnetic property for a short period of time. So as soon as you remove the magnetizing force, they will lose magnetic property. Those are known as temporary magnets. Okay. So those substances, those materials which can behave as magnets for a short period of time, that means as long as they will behave as magnets, as long as there is some external magnetizing force. That means, suppose in this case you saw that there was an original magnet present near the coin. So as long as there is some external magnetizing force, that magnet will behave as that means the temporary magnet will behave as a magnet. That's why it's temporary, not permanent, because its magnetic property will last as long as you have some external magnetizing force near it. This external magnetizing force can be some other magnet, like the example which I have shown you, some other magnet, or it can also be electricity. By passing electricity, we can form temporary magnets also. So that part we'll do it in class 10, not in this class. So just learn that we can make temporary magnets like this. Whereas, what are permanent magnets? Like the magnet I have shown you, this bar magnet. This is a permanent magnet. So basically, those magnets which will retain its magnetic property even when there is no external magnetic force, okay, then they are known as permanent magnets, which are made of generally iron, cobalt, nickel, or alloys of special alloy. You have alnico, aluminium, nickel, cobalt. Okay, so these are the difference between the temporary magnet, permanent magnet, and the name suggests it's right. Temporary, that means which is not permanent. It's for a short period of time they will behave as magnets. Permanent, you all know what the meaning of permanent is. Okay. Next is the uses of magnets. See, magnets are used in many devices, magnetic compasses, then the refrigerators, the closing mechanism. Why can't they just, you don't have to actually put it back like when you close the door of the refrigerator, you will find that it gets stuck even before you have actually closed the door fully. That is because of the magnetic property. So the magnetic chips are used in various devices. Closing mechanism of refrigerator doors. So basically this is a refrigerator box, this is a door. When you are up to this only, when you are up to this, it will get closed. Why? Because of the magnetic attractive property. Computers, television, speakers and ATM cards, magnetic chips are used. Then computer hard disks, etc. Then used by doctors to remove the iron splinters from eyes. Right? Magnets are also used to make certain toys. So uses of magnets, there is nothing to explain. You have to learn this. Okay? Uses of magnets. Now next we have demagnetizing a magnet.